Hey, it's Mike again. Let's talk about that phone call the president had with the Secretary of State of Georgia. And about, find me the votes, find me the votes. I don't care. I mean, these are direct quotes. Find me 11,800, no, 780 votes. One more than we won by. No, one more than Biden won by, actually. So you're given the exact amount of votes you want to win by. That's not how it works. You don't go, basically you're telling him it doesn't, and told him it doesn't matter. Say it was a mistake. Say it was, recalibration, recalculating. Sorry. Surprised he did say that with the machines or something. But anyway, but accurately he said, do a recount, just say there was an error, just find these votes, find them. Yeah, we have it in spades. Listen to that. So there's all these votes for Trump, and he has them in spades in Georgia, but he only needs this certain amount. If there were, I'm like trying to figure out how to explain this unlogical to a logical thinking person, and I can't. Yeah. Anyway, the votes were counted 3 times. I think twice a hand count. Yeah, so that doesn't deal with the Dominion voting machines and taking out parts and all that, in which it sounded like he was talking in the present tense about the voting machines. Does he realize the election's over? Probably not. But he wasn't talking about the Senate runoff. He was talking about, his election, which, he went on, it's criminal, basically threatening them that, there could be legal actions for y'all not finding the votes. People know y'all found the vote, that, people know it was illegal and know that you're not bringing people up on charges, basically, and you're Republican, you should want a fair election. They had a fair election. Of course, to be all fair, they did have a ton of different voter intimidation, voter suppression, not intimidation, voter suppression, sorry. But all in all, it was a fair election, and, they checked everything. But because he lost, he wants, them to recount it. So, all right. And then he continues to, go on and on about this, being told no, your numbers are wrong and all this. And then one of his lawyers, said, not exact quote, we need information about the voter registration and the personal information, basically, of these voters, which is illegal, which they're told it's illegal. Then Trump interrupts and said, well, you have to do it anyway. So you have to break the laws of a American state because you lost the election. No. But, the 2 last parts is one part that I only saw off of one excerpt of the video. The audio call. And that was, he thinks that he won all the states and all the House of Representatives. He won them all. This is delusional. Okay, let's just even feed a little bit into this. Little. New York and California wouldn't vote for him in a million years. He wouldn't win those states in a million years. But, he won them all. Seriously, I was just like, what? And, we know he's crazy, but ain't this crazy? But anyway, the last point I wanted to make about this video was that, audio, was the Secretary of State said if Trump hadn't have tweeted about it, they wouldn't have had the audio. So, which I like that he said, there's a man-to-man conversation just between us and the lawyers or whatever. And, that's how it needs to be. But he decided to lie on Twitter about it. which, the Secretary of State didn't say lie. He just said, misrepresented the conversation. So he showed the truth of the conversation. So, I mean, the disturbing thing is that wouldn't have been heard by anybody. Which, of course, people are all, that's disgusting, that's terrible that tape was released. Wouldn't you want to know if somebody was trying to steal something? To commit voter fraud? Wouldn't you want to know that somebody's trying to extort something from somebody else? An elected official trying to extort them. And, bribe them, but also threatening, criminal offense. So, you go to jail, basically. These arguments of it shouldn't have been released. That's the only argument I've heard from the Republican side. So, y'all have nothing to defend in this case. And, it just showed point blank. But, the delusion of these Trump supporters is so great that they, today went and stormed the Capitol. This is what this type of delusion and brainwashing does. And there's many people that supported Trump that aren't part of that group, but just ignore everything. But this got pretty close, is very close to very dangerous things happening in our country. So we need to wake up and stand up and have our voices heard, right or left, whichever. The right needs to learn facts over fiction, but I digress. But, man, this is America, and it's not being treated like it. Gotta work to be better and do better. All right. Sorry. End of rant.